Alrighty, good morning everyone. Hello, and welcome to the special retrospective event. How's everyone doing today? I hope I find you all well on this lovely Saturday morning. Today is Saturday, February 6th, 2021. I'm very happy to finally getting to do this. This is something that I've owed you guys for a bit. And because it's been so crazy busy, the whole end of 2020 was just ridiculously busy with the release of the PlayStation 5 and my coverage of it, playing so many video games in a short period of time. It took me so long to even get through my year-end series that these special events that we had kind of lined up were kind of an afterthought. But finally, I am getting to them, all right? And today is going to be a great day. Rather than play games, which is what we do 99% of the time, we're just going to chill. It's going to be a relaxing day here on the streams. As you know, I started late today. Typically, I would start the stream around 10:15. Instead, I was working on this. I was setting up. I was moving all my equipment over to the PC. I was reviewing all of your nominations for this event. And as usual, for when we do the retrospective event, it was a good variety of stuff. Although, admittedly, I think most of the nominations were gameplay. And I'm not sure how much time that stuff's going to take up. So what I'm going to say is this, all right? We should have a good day today, just chilling and relaxing. Today, there's no pressure to get through anything. We don't have to rush into different things to watch. We can sit and we can relax. We can have fun discussion. That's what a chill marathon day is all about. It's God, we've got to get through 100 clips today. Absolutely not. We play it at our own pace. We relax. We have a good time together, okay? I have tons of stuff to get through, but if we get through all of it, I'm very open to your own nominations of things you guys would like to go back and watch. In fact, I'm actually remembering, like, over the last month, there were people who in the stream chat during my streams were like, hey, Phil, what about this for the retrospective or this? And I was like, be sure to go nominate that. And I don't think they did. I'm just being honest, because I remember there were a few really interesting things people brought up to do for the retrospective. And I was like, that's a great idea. And when I was going through the nominations, I don't remember seeing those things. So I hope that you guys will be ready to suggest things on the fly if we need them later today, okay? So let's talk. First of all, as you noticed, we forewent a giant music segment. I said, screw the music. Let's get right to the pre-stream. I got a lot to talk about on today's pre-stream about today's special event and everything. So let's just screw all the music and let's just get started, okay? So how is this going to work? I'll tell you how it's going to work. We're going to do pre-stream here. We're going to have our usual discussion, you know, the usual stuff here on the pre-stream. I'm going to do shout-outs, etc. And then I'm going to move my microphone over to the PC. Everything else is already over at the PC, including the webcam, headphones, and everything. All I need to do is move the microphone over there, okay? And then we're going to get started. We're going to go down memory lane. You guys have nominated a lot of stuff. Gameplay footage, vlogging footage, some, like, trip videos and stuff like that. A good amount of stuff. All right. Some of the stuff was great. Some of the stuff I watched back, I'm like, nah, it's not super interesting to me. So we're going to do some of it, not all of it. Please don't feel bad if you nominated something and I didn't select it for the event, because this happens all the time. in context with you watching it, it may seem more interesting than, say, someone who's watching it completely out of context, which is exactly what I did. So I'm not going to pick everything, but I did pick a few good things. Actually, I picked a few good rage-filled moments this time where basically games really got to me and I lost it over the years. Also, I tended to pick things that were older. For example, if you nominated something from like 2019 on, I probably didn't pick it because that's so recent. It's not necessarily a retrospective. It's something I've done in the last year. As regards to, I've been a 12-year content creator. I'd rather do stuff that's much older than stuff that I just did. You know what I'm saying? So again, please don't take offense if you nominated something and we don't watch it today. Same time, later today when I open up the stream for nominations, if we have time, please don't take offense if I don't take your nomination. There were rules that I followed when it came to what was picked. I can't use anything with copyrighted music in it. That means 99% of the stuff from Grand Theft Auto isn't valid. A lot of people nominated stuff from GTA playthroughs, and I play it, and immediately there's copyrighted music in it. I'm like, that's going to get my stream shut down. That's going to get my YouTube videos shut down. I can't do that, okay? So, there's things right there that immediately have to get kind of eliminated from nominations, okay? So this should be fun. We're going to be doing this all day long, starting as soon as this pre-stream ends, and going all day long. I'm not doing 2 streams today. I'm only doing 1 long stream, although there will be breaks in between. There's going to be basically smaller 10-15 minute breaks, maybe every hour and a half. I'll be taking one bigger break later for DSP Tries It. I'll explain in a moment because there's kind of a schedule that I'm adhering to today, and I have information about DSP Tries It you guys are going to want to hear for sure. Okay? It should be a good day. It should be a fun one. Chill stream day. And this stream will be running roughly, let's say, till around 7 p.m. It could go later than 7 p.m. If we have more to do. Or on the flip side of that, let's say that by 6 p.m. we pretty much have figured out, that's about it. We did a lot of good stuff. And you guys maybe want to see a little bit of gameplay of something. I don't have money to do it. 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 I wouldn't be against just doing a little bit of it later tonight if it so gets called for. Here's the thing. Most of the time during these retrospective events, we always feel like, man, this thing's going to be done right away. Phil doesn't have enough nominations. We've done these before. This is not going to be a lengthy thing. And every single retrospective event we've done so far, we have way more than enough. Like, we have a ton of stuff. We don't even get through it all. And then by the end of the event, we're like, damn, where'd all the time go? This happens every single time I've done a retrospective event. Now, I'm not saying that will happen again. I guess we'll just have to see what happens over the course of the day. Okay? I would also like to say thank you all for coming to join me for this event, because I realize this is not just regularly scheduled gameplay. It's not the usual thing I do on stream. It's something I do every once in a while. This is the first retrospective of 2021, and I appreciate you guys coming out to chill with me. You never know what's going to happen during one of these. You really don't. Sometimes memes are born from these things. Who knows, right? So we'll see. All right, we'll see how it goes today. Now, the schedule. Right now, pre-stream, then we get started with retrospective stuff. That's going to go roughly till about 2 p.m. I'll probably take a break sometime in there, especially if we start, let's say, around noonish here. I'll probably take a break around 1 quick break, just, use the bathroom or whatever. But around 2 p.m., all right, my Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza for DSP Tries It is arriving roughly around 2 p.m. That's when I've scheduled it. Now, who knows? May show up a little early, may show up a little late. You never know. But once it shows up, okay, I'm going to be, taking a quick break to go get the food. And then we're going to do the live DSP Tries It right here on the stream. Okay, so that's roughly in 3 hours from now. There will be a live DSP Tries It right here on the stream. As you know, those usually last about 15, 20 minutes, depending. And then what I'm going to do is take a formal break because I want to actually eat. I'm going to taste the food during the DSP Tries It episode. But then I'm going to take an actual big chunk of time to go and actually eat the meal. All right? In addition, that's actually, my wife has to go to work tonight. So I will, spend a little bit of time with her before, during that break before she leaves or whatever. See what she thinks about the pizza. Okay? So then after that, which will probably be like a 20 to 25 minute break after that episode is done filming here live on the stream. So roughly you want to say like maybe 2:45, 3 o'clock, I'll come back. And then it'll be another 3 to 4 hours of the retrospective with minimal breaks. Like I said, if I take a break, there'll be a short break, like a 10, 15 minute break just to use the restroom or whatever. So it should be a good time. It'll be at least 2 hours of retrospective.
The Ziggy Piggy is here.
Live PSP tries it of the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza. And then after that, you know, moving back into the retrospective for another 3 to 4 hours. Or, again, if you guys want to see me do maybe some Call of Duty or something at the end of the stream, I'm not opposed to that. Okay? Now, before people freak out, because some people just tend to make drama out of everything, if you take a look at the top of your screens, you will see the stream stats leaderboard for today. If you notice, it says there's a tips goal of $200. And already, even that Anonymous said, oh my God, a $200 tips goal. What's going on? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I've already said, today, I'm only doing one stream. This stream is the stream, okay? There is no 2 streams. Usually, typically, I would do 2 streams, and each stream, I'd be trying to hit a $100 tips goal. Well, today, I'm only doing one stream. So, I just combined the 2 tips goal into the one, okay? I really would like to hit that today. As you guys know, as I've said over the past week, right now, I'm incredibly strapped for cash. Because of the fact that I had to drop a ton of money for tax bills and other things near the end of January that suck that I have to do, but I just have to do it every year. And this year it was higher than usual. It was unexpectedly high. Because of that, I'm completely strapped until I get paid by Twitch around the middle of this month. So I've got like another week to week and a half to wait to get paid by Twitch before I have any money. So it's your tips, very matter-of-factly, that are helping me pay for everything, including... I just bought this pizza for today. No lie. And the tips went right to it and bought the Papa John's pizza for today. My grocery bills, you know, stuff for Jasper. Paying all the bills behind the scenes, which I've already talked about. I don't want to talk about them again because they just frustrate me that I have to pay some of these things. Especially ones that I feel I shouldn't be paying still, but I digress. You know, basically I need your support, all right? I need your support in order to keep going until I get paid by Twitch, all right? So please consider tipping me today. If you're going to support the stream, I appreciate all contributions, whether it's cheering, subbing, or tipping. But I would love to hit this $200 tips goal, which is just typically this regular goal I would have on a normal day. If we hit it, that's great. It will help tremendously and take the pressure off. We won't have to worry about hitting it or whatever. Just have a nice, relaxing day. Okay? And I would even say this. If it means that you have to choose between cheering, subbing, or tipping because you can't do all of them, I would ask that you forego cheering and subbing temporarily in the short term to help me out with tips because I get those immediately and I really need that help. You know, normally I wouldn't say that unless I really needed the help with tips, okay? So please tip me if you can today. That's why we have a $200 tips goal. It's the double goal, you know, because it's only one stream. Tomorrow we'll go back to regularly scheduled gameplay. So let's talk about that. Tomorrow, Sunday, it's going to be a major stream of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And there's a new map, the Express map, which is a return from Black Ops 2, which apparently has been redesigned for Black Ops Cold War. It should be a fun stream. When I did it as the main stream last week, you guys really liked it. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. Tomorrow night will be a shorter night stream of Immortals Phoenix Rising. 2 hours of fun and chill relaxation gameplay there. On Monday, it's going to be a major stream of Assassin's Creed Valhalla during the daytime. Hopefully major progress because I really need to wrap up that playthrough. And then Monday night, I'm actually going to be returning to Fall Guys for the first time since Christmas. They have a new Season 3.5 update that I'm going to give a look and see how it turns out. So hopefully you guys will join me for that as well. Okay? That's the streaming week. You know, I'm off on Tuesday. When I come back next week, it's going to be a balance between Assassin's Creed, Immortals Phoenix Rising. Yes, probably another major stream of Call of Duty because they've been doing so well. And next week on Friday begins Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. So an actual new release for the month starts on Friday of next week. So that's a good thing, good variety coming to the streams. Also keep in mind the late night streams will be like Throwback Street Fighter, maybe some Immortals, and hopefully, you know, if all things go according to plan, if we can finish Assassin's Creed within the next week and a half, I want to start up Divinity Original Sin 2. That will start as soon as Assassin's Creed ends. So the more I play of that game, the quicker I can finish it. See what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Let's see. Outside of all that, there is no subs goal this month because I need you guys to support me with tips. It's that simple. It would be pretty hypocritical of me to say, I really need help with tips for the next week and a half till I get paid by Twitch. Oh, by the way, subscribe to the channel, right? So I'm not going to do that. Instead, there's no sub goal this month. Hope you guys understand. Sub goals will return next month. I'm not sure what it will be, but we'll see at that point, okay? All right, I really don't have much else to talk about. By the way, one final thing, because this is the final thing. Since today's the retrospective, that means the first viewer event will be completed today. The other one I owe you is another viewer's choice playthrough. All right? So, whether it's tomorrow night, whether it's Monday, or maybe later this week, because quite frankly, I need to work on taxes and stuff right now. So likely that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. During the next week, I'm going to set it up so you guys can begin to nominate. All right? You can start to nominate games for the next viewer's choice event. All right? The only thing that won't be off the table for that is lengthy RPGs, Code Vein, and Street Fighter V. Pretty much anything else would be eligible, as long as it's something that's not the same kind of game we've been playing constantly. I can't play another lengthy RPG. I've had enough. All right, but everything else would be eligible. So I was curious to see what you guys will nominate for that stuff. But that's going to be within the next week. You guys will start to nominate stuff for the next viewer's choice event. Fair enough? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an independent content creator, and what that means is that I do not have any sponsorship with any company to advertise or shill their products on my streams, nor do I get paid for any product placements. I do not have an exclusivity contract with any website or business to stream exclusively with them and make a flat rate payment just for turning on my stream, which is what a lot of the popular big streamers have these days. They don't even need your crowdfunding because they get paid just to stream on Twitch or on YouTube, okay? I don't have any of that. For over 12 years, I have strived to be a true independent. That means I don't answer to anyone.
Shut up, this
that means
dude
I don't pull any punches. And
moron.
that also means I don't have to watch what I say and do on my streams. I can be completely honest with all of you at every moment that I'm playing something, because blah 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 blah. If I could get down on my hands and knees and say thank you and still be on camera, I would do it. Oh, they have to bring up something personal about me. Well, go fuck yourself then. Dumb shit. It immediately negates your point when you go low blow, moron. You rip kill, and that's it, because you're just going to waste our time again. Need to go into that again, all right? But a few things that I like to say. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, contributions are not mandatory on my stream. They're not expected on my stream. I consider it a person who's a viewer. If you contribute to my stream, you're going above and beyond. You really are. You are saying, I like your content and I like you so much. I want you to succeed. Here's some support. And I know that and I appreciate that. I really do. You guys, again, you're the reason why I'm still here. But understand that this stream is free and always will be. That's why I stream on a thing like Twitch where it's not a paid subscription deal. You can watch no matter what, and I pride myself on having free content for you guys. This is both my hobby as well as my job. I did this for 2.5 years on YouTube for completely free, and I would continue to do it. Even if I couldn't make a living doing it, I would still do it in some capacity because I love it so much. I hope you guys know that, all right? This is the best job I've ever had. I love chilling with you guys all day long. Today, going down memory lane and watching back the stuff I've done in the past 12 years is going to be pretty sweet. A dozen years is a lot of years to cover, so this should be a fun ride, okay? Now, a few things, folks. First of all, if you are a regular stream viewer and supporter, I don't want you to be harassed online. So I have a few quick tips for you. Number one, please make sure that the name you use on Twitch is not the same as your real life name or a name that you use on other social media. basically there are people on the internet who are no-life losers, and if they don't like... I hate my job. Fake tips in the last 4 to 5 months from someone who bought stolen credit cards off the internet and then tipped me with these fake tips, which I didn't know they were fake at the time. That caused me to then get charged back not only all that money, but a ridiculous amount of fees and penalties against my PayPal account. There were days in the fall, the busy gaming season, when I'm playing new releases, it looked like I was making hundreds of dollars a day. I actually lost money that day. Had money stolen from me from this criminal. Okay? Not good. And this happened a lot during the fall. I just didn't publicly talk about it every time it was happening because it was basically like a nightmare scenario. Okay? The good news is I need put protections
that money.
In place.
I really do. I need that money
to stop that from happening in the future. But the best way to ensure that I know I can trust your tip is by creating a verified account. If it shows that you have a verified PayPal account, I know that I can trust you. All right? In addition, when you have a verified account, in the future, if you're going to use that PayPal account for something like buying or selling on the internet, you get all kinds of cool protections like buyer and seller protection. If someone tries to scam you on eBay, you'll keep your money. You see?
There's a benefit motherfucker
now,
on the internet.
How do you make the verified account?
Whatever the
all
fuck
you gotta
this
do is
idiot's
add in your
name
personal
is.
information, your name, your address, a bank account, or your other ID information. I'm not exactly 100% sure the options you have there. I did it a long time ago, and I used my bank account. Don't worry, that information does not get put out publicly. You don't get doxxed by PayPal. If you did, you could sue them for a lot of money. So obviously, they're going to keep your information safe, okay? So please consider contributing to the channel if you can. All right? I would definitely appreciate that. And thank you in advance to anyone who does. If you're going to tip, please use a verified PayPal account. If you don't, chances are I have to then do a tip verification on the stream, which holds up the stream, it kills the immersion. And then, a lot of the times I have to refund those tips because sadly, with all the risk and the bad things that happened to me in the last few months with these fake tips, I can't take the risk anymore. I can't take having not only a chargeback in the future, but then fees and stuff against my account. It's ridiculous. I just can't. So, I might have to refund it live, which would really suck because I need the support. All right? So thanks in advance. Please go the extra mile. And thanks to those who have created verified PayPal accounts in the last month or so since I started asking you to do so. It's very much appreciated. Okay? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no gaming news to talk about because there really is no gaming news to talk about. If anything, the news is the omission of news. The first thing I say is they started to show like clips of the Mass Effect Remastered trilogy, and there's some improved textures, and definitely they added new graphical effects and lens flare. But I think once I start playing the games, maybe I'll get to see the difference. But as of now, like I'm watching this, I'm like, man, I'm not like blown away by the improvements that they've done to this trilogy. I think maybe once what is it, May? Is it March or May? I think it's March. Whenever this comes out, maybe I'll be more impressed. But right now, I'm really not massively impressed at all. I guess we'll see. Is it May? It's May like everything else, right? Every fucking game comes out in May. Alright. But the other thing is what a lot of people have been talking about, this year for Nintendo is supposed to be a big year. It's like the 30 or 35th anniversary of Zelda, among other things going on this year. And Nintendo has not mentioned it at all. It's as if they're pretending like there's nothing going on. There's no anniversary. And people are speculating two things. Either Nintendo actually has something big and interesting up their sleeve, but they like to keep things quiet.
It's Tevin's
until
fault.
They feel they're ready to announce it, or they just have nothing. Like, this year, if you actually look at the release schedule, what is Nintendo putting out for the Switch this year? We've got Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury this month. And, Stop this! That's about it, right? Like, what else? I know there's a new Monster Hunter coming out at some point, right? But it's just not a lot going on with Nintendo at all. Like, they have a seemingly is going to be quite a dead year. And that's not good.
Someone please shut up this dude.
This is set to be the big anniversary for one of their premier franchises. You would think they would have something, whether it's a remaster or something in the works. And apparently they have nothing. At least they haven't told us yet. So, I guess we'll see. But that's like one of the big things that people are saying online is they're like, what is going on with Nintendo that there's nothing? No, this is pretty ridiculous. Some people are upset as well because they're thinking that it's because they might have had a giant thing planned and the whole thing got destroyed because of COVID, because of this pandemic. They just couldn't get anything out for this year. If that's the case, that's unfortunate, but I guess that's life. I guess that's the world we have to live in now, is everyone's plans basically got dashed in the last year because of COVID, and now we got to see what's going to happen in the future. Once again, we got a gaming year where it's incredibly uncertain. We just don't know when anything is coming out, right? We have no idea what games are coming out when, and it's not good. The only other news, which is non-news, is that Activision said there will be a new Call of Duty this year. Wow, really? You've put out a new one since 2005. So considering that you have a 15-year run, I wasn't expecting that 2021 would be the year you wouldn't shovel out another one. The question is, will it be any good? In my opinion, Black Ops Cold War is a rare gem where it actually plays in a fun way. Will they just go back to the usual crap this year? I don't know. All right. Let us now get to shout-outs, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here what we've got. All right. So, overnight, Sect Core subscribed to the channel and then gifted a subscription to Skylarky. So, congratulations to Skylarky, and thank you, Sect Core, not only for your sub, but the gifted sub. I appreciate that. Lycifer Soul just did the first, he was the first cheerer of the day with a 500-bit cheer. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. And he says, can we retrospect on your Last of Us 2 playthrough where Abby got bent over backwards? We need to remember how bad the game is. No. And if you bring up sex again on the stream, I'm banning you. Because you think it's funny. It's not. It's incredibly immature and stupid. Nobody cares but you. So shut up about it. But thank you for the cheer. Retro Jim cheered and said we won't get to relive the glorious moment when Snowcrawl got unbanned. No. That was too recent. Liza Versoul, excuse me. Liza Versoul cheered again. He says, are you going to make handmade penne sauce? Or are you going to use regular ranch? So he's being disgusting again. Liza Versoul, I thought we had this fucking conversation. Like, I thought we had this conversation.
Oh, God,
you a brain dead idiot? I'm going to, all right, everyone, we're pausing the stream right now. All right? We're pausing the stream. Right now, we're pausing it. All right? Liza Versoul, are you actually going to use your fucking brain for the rest of the stream? Or should I just ban you now? You have a choice. You can either say, yes, I will not misbehave for the rest of the stream. I'll be normal. Or should I just ban you now? Because I'm not going to progress with this stream until I get an answer from you. Can you behave, or should I just get rid of you? Because I've warned you now 3 days in a row, and here you go again with the stupidity. I don't care that you're the top cheerer. You don't get away with being disgusting on the stream. So, what's it going to be? Let's hear his answer. That's not an answer. he made a face. That's not an answer. I need an answer. Are you going to behave and not say disgusting things on the stream, or should I ban you now? It's either yes, I can behave, or no, I can't. So you make your decision. I need your answer. I'm not even going to move forward with this stream until we get an answer. And then we will move on. Because I'm not going to have my entire retrospective with you cheering disgusting shit. I'm just not putting up with it now. I'm telling you. He said yes. Okay. He says he can behave. So you all saw it. He just said, yes, he can behave. If we see misbehavior, he's out of here. Like, I gave him an honest chance to understand what he's doing is wrong and disgusting and to stop it, right? I gave him a fair chance, okay? No one can say I didn't. I gave him a fair chance. So there you go. It's in public. If he does it again, disgusting shit, he's out of here. All right. Let's continue on. Sir Spartan King cheered, and he says, Derek says he's ready for a really great retrospective marathon event in the first one of 2021. Derek said he had a great lunch of dumplings and wontons with shrimp inside. Yummy. Your 12 years of content videos over the years have always made me laugh. Very nice. Thank you. Snow Carl cheered. Said, do you think the Battle of the Marathon would have been the namesake of a long run if the messenger who carried the message of victory from beaches of Marathon to Athens had taken 15-minute breaks every hour? I have no idea what the fuck you just said. Alpha Merch just resubscribed for 19 months in a row, 20 total. Thank you, Alpha Merch, for 20 months of support. It is very much appreciated. Ninstar Rune Cheer said, will you give Jasper a slice? No, Jasper should not eat pizza. That is not healthy for cats. I'm not a believer that you should be feeding your pets human food at all. That's how they get sick and become overweight. The only food that we'll give him that's human food is like if Cat's making like tuna casserole or something, maybe she'll hand him a small piece of tuna or something like that. But outside of that, no, we absolutely will not do that. That is something completely unhealthy, and we do not want to risk his health. Plus, let's face it, if you start feeding your pets human food, then they get used to having it, and next thing you know, they beg for it, and they might even start foregoing eating their own food, expecting that you're going to give them human food. Very bad. So, a very bad practice. Don't do it. The Funny Maverick cheer, he said, you know in the Zombies mode on Black Ops, there's a new single-player option where it seems a bit like a small story mode? No, I didn't know that. Honestly, I don't really care. I really like the multiplayer. That's why I keep playing it. I really don't care about the Zombies mode. All right? If people absolutely wanted to see it and kept asking for it, I would consider it. That has not happened. People seem satisfied with me playing the multiplayer, so that's what I've been doing. So Spartan King cheered again. He says, Derek says he has loved many of the past retrospective marathon events, and you love them too. He's probably the only event where you get to watch your old content after the streams. You're usually working and spending time with Kat and Jasper, which is amazing. Well, actually, after the stream tonight,
thanks,
at
Derek.
work, I probably will
appreciate
spend time
that.
with Jasper. I'll probably be recovering because when I do a long marathon stream where I'm talking all day, usually it does take a lot out of me. I feel very tired. In particular tonight, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm sure you guys are going to feel very excited for this one. If I finish the marathon tonight and I'm up to it, I'm working on my taxes. Woohoo! Very exciting shit. I mean, I just love sitting there staring through endless pages of expenses and spreadsheets and plugging numbers in and doing calculations. It's just, you know, mind-numbing nonsense fucking busy work is just exactly what I was made to do, right? The funny part is that's what I went to school for. I went to school for this kind of shit, accounting, finance, and I fucking hate it. I can't stand it. It's the most boring fucking thing on the planet, and that's what I have a degree in. Ugh. Anyway, let's continue. Cashmere Goat cheered. He says, can we move Immortal Boredom Rising to the night stream once a month? Once a month? Well, it's a night stream tomorrow. It's actually a night stream tomorrow. The only reason it really went to daytime streams is for variety. And keep in mind that Assassin's Creed will be ending soon, thank God. So then we're going to have Divinity and Mario. It's going to be Divinity, Mario, and Immortals as the three streams that I alternate between during the daytime. So we'll have good variety soon. We just got to get through shitty-ass Assassin's Creed. I say shitty-ass, it's not shitty. It's just too long. It's really too fucking long. So, okay. Our first tip of the day comes from Diocletian60. Thank you very much, Diocletian60, for a $10 tip. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Oh, by the way, hold on a second. Diocletian. I've totally forgot to announce this. So here's the deal. What the hell? That was not correct. It was $10. Here's what we're doing in regards to rewards for tips today. Since I really need the help with tips and everything, okay? At $50, it's the Gunner glasses. Now, I can't guarantee you I'm going to wear the Gunner glasses all day because this is a non-stop stream and they might start bothering me. But I will wear them, you know, as long as I can. At $100, yes, we will have a vest. And the only vest that's not eligible today is the red one because we wore that yesterday. So that would mean every other vest is eligible, yes, including the platinum, which I know you guys love, okay? Now, since the tip goal is $200, since it's a double stream, you know, in one stream. See what I mean? There's not 2 streams today. Here's what I'm doing. If we get $200 in tips today, all right, I will put on the cowboy hat because I'm not wearing headphones. I'm actually going to be wearing my headphones around my neck when I'm over at the PC doing the retrospective. That means I'll be able to wear something on my head so I can put the cowboy hat on. So people are screaming for the Sonic hat. I put it on for like 10 minutes. I can't wear that thing at length. I just can't. The Sonic hat bothers me. It actually makes my head itch and heat up. And it also doesn't sit comfortably on my head. So no, I'm not going to say I'm wearing the fucking Sonic hat all day. But I haven't worn the cowboy hat in quite some time. So I would consider doing that. By the way, I think there was supposed to be an Ask the King at some point. I can't remember. I think I completely forgot to do Ask the King. When was the hell was Ask the King supposed to happen? I've been so busy with so much shit that I don't even know when the hell Ask the King was supposed to happen. We might have completely forgotten about it. Then again, considering that no one asked for it, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So I guess we'll see what happens, all right? We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's continue on here. Thank you, Diocletian, for the first tip of the day. Conversalist cheers, and he says, a lot of fake tips equals a lot of fake love. No, what it really equates to is a lot of real-life fees. So you guys have no idea. You really have no clue. And I don't... The thing is, if I completely told you, was 100% transparent about how PayPal is fucked up, that it could actually hurt a lot of people who make a living live streaming. Because it's such an abusable system. And I'm glad that I finally found the way to prevent that stuff from happening. Because it got so bad at one point that I'm not kidding you, where there were multiple days where like a week I made no money. And I don't want to tell you guys because I was like, damn, if I really talk about this publicly and how this guy's abusing the system, it could really hurt a lot of people. It's really fucked up. It's that bad. Where not only is a fake tip coming in, then you get a fee afterwards. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not the one who used a fake credit card. Why the fuck is PayPal hurting me? They don't care. They really don't care. They put the burden on the streamer rather than on them. They won't take the burden. They're like, we're not losing money no matter what, so fuck you. It's pretty messed up. Alright, let's continue. Lives for Soul cheered. He says, Divinity Sin is multiplayer. Can I play with you? No. Luke Wheelers has cheered. Well, see, here we go. This is basically very, very, very sarcastic. But I'll read it regardless. He says, Phil, I appreciate your changing your behavior and choice of words over the last few years. You can tell it's genuine growth and not because you're terrified of getting deplatformed. You do realize, Luke Wheelers, I could go wherever I want and still stream, and I could say whatever I want. If Twitch, all right, really didn't like me because I said something nasty, I could go right to YouTube immediately. I've done so. When Twitch erroneously banned me for DMCA takedowns, I could go right to YouTube. YouTube doesn't give 2 fucks about what you say. They really don't give a shit. You could say whatever the fuck you want over there and get away with it, which is why they have such disgusting toxic channels and shit over there. You know, it's pretty fucked up how bad it is over there, and they just allow anything. If that was really my concern, I would be over there in a heartbeat. It's not. Because the truth is, I got tired of making that kind of content. I'm just tired of the sexual jokes. I'm tired of all that stuff. And you know what? Every once in a while, I make a slip up, and I say something stupid, and I'm like, you know what? I need to grow. I need to change. I need to learn not to say that old mentality shit that I used to say a decade ago. And it's better for me to learn to not do that and to get that out of my content. It is. It's better for me to become a better content creator and you know, and have those kind of rules and regulations in place. You know, I don't have an issue with it. What's hilarious to me, I like how you say that to me, Luke Wheelers, like I'm a hypocrite or something. What's hilarious is no one says that Ninja's a hypocrite, despite the fact that he purposely said, the reason I'm leaving Twitch and going to Mixer is because Twitch's rules are now too restrictive on what you can say. He goes to Mixer, takes a giant payday, Mixer closed down, he comes right back to Twitch. Wow. But no one calls him out. It's me, I'm the one who gets criticism, right? So here's what you can do. Fuck off. Okay, Liza for Soul cheers said, I'm your biggest fan. Thank you, Liza for Soul, for that. And then Liza for Soul cheered again and said, Derek is your favorite. No, he's not. Derek is just a longtime viewer and a very nice guy. Spawn Killer has gifted a sub to Big D's. Congratulations, Big D's. And thank you, Spawn Killer, for the support. Let's see here. Listen to this. Trippy TXTT. Oh my god, I can't even say this guy's name. He cheers said, are you keeping a portion of the tips for yourself today, or is it all going to the tax app? I've actually been very transparent. I've told you guys exactly what tips are going towards. Number one, they paid for today's pizza. They will pay for my grocery shopping on Tuesday. They're going to pay for a condo fees that I feel I should not be paying, but illegally, apparently, I'm still tied to paying for a condo that should have been foreclosed on in the last year and still hasn't because they dragged their fucking feet. So I get screwed over every month and have to pay them around $400. It's going to pay for my condo fees here where I live now. It's going to pay for the internet bills that are going to come due.
Business related.
And I actually owe my current tax guy money for work he did for me months ago that I have to pay him so that he'll actually do my taxes this year. So that's where all that money's going, and all that is due before I get paid by Twitch. We're talking over $1,000. So that's why your tips every day are helping me with that, and I appreciate you guys tipping me. I told you guys this already. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyway, Lice for Soul did a 300-bit cheer. He says, you can easily ignore my cheers. Don't need to bitch slap me with a ban. Actually, Lice for Soul, when you cheer with these cheers, they pop up on the screen, which means everyone has to read them. See? That's the point I'm making. It would be one thing if you were, like, sending private messages in the chat or whatever, then I really wouldn't care. But when you cheer with these messages that are disgusting, everyone sees them, that derails the stream. I, as you know, read out every cheer because I like to say thank you to everyone who's contributed. That's one of the major things about me that's different from other content creators. I go the extra mile to try to say thank you to everyone who contributes because it really is you guys who allow me to keep doing this. So for me to just skip every cheer of yours because you may say something disgusting, how about you just don't say the disgusting thing? How about you use a little iota of self-control, a tiny little bit, and say, okay, maybe I shouldn't say something gross today because I'm not going to act like a fucking idiot. How about that? Is that so hard to ask? Really? Okay, then. Hopefully not.
It's rising.
Stroke Burnell has subscribed to the channel. So funny. Stroke Burnell. Thanks a lot. Snow Carl Cheer says, it's sick how PayPal allows abuse of this. Do you think everyone eventually will go cheer exclusive? No.
There's a delivery.
Absolutely not. Because when from crowdfunding. And even though, admittedly, you know, when you get contributions via Twitch, you know, the contributions that you get, let's say cheering or subbing and stuff like that, okay? Those are pretty much guaranteed foolproof. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a situation where someone has cheered and subbed and all of a sudden it was said, oh, take that back. There's no chargebacks, right, for contributions that go through Twitch's system. That's a great thing. But having to wait a month to a month and a half to get any positive benefit is a big deal, you know? A lot of us live month to month. And it's one thing if you're a giant streamer and you're bringing in so much income in a month and you don't have any bills to pay, right? That money's immediately going out to pay your bills and shit. If you're just rolling in dough, and I can give you some perspective here. Back when I used to be a big YouTuber, I was making so much money. It didn't matter when I got it, how much I got. I was just making way more money than I knew what to do with, which is why I blew it on stupid shit like those statues and dumb shit like that. I was an idiot. You know, I was young. I didn't know what I was doing. It was the first time in my life I really had any money. Oh, I'll just buy some statues and shit, right? Dumb. I should have just saved that money, but I spent a lot of money on garbage collectibles and stuff, right? So, that being said, the truth here is that, you know, we're not in a position where we can say, oh, I can only accept one kind of contribution. Just not. Right now, if I were to say, I'm shutting down tips for good, well, I'm screwed because I rely on tips to pay for daily stuff. When I get my monthly income from Twitch,
I live
that pays the
rent-free
mortgage,
in their heads,
that pays my
24
tax
fucking
bills,
7.
that pays the giant bills that I get every month. And it's basically just enough. Like, literally, it's like, okay, just enough to pay that stuff. Good. And then the tips are what pay for everything else. If I say, I'm not taking tips anymore, well, what do I do for the month and a half now until I get, you know, you get any kind of positive benefit from cheers or subs? I'd be screwed over. And that's the problem. Maybe the one situation that could get someone out of that, somehow, all right, a giant contribution comes in out of nowhere that you weren't expecting. 1 month, for some reason, sky high, earnings either on Twitch or a giant tip comes in that's legit. Oh, now all of a sudden I have all this extra stuff that I can use to like cushion myself for a month, so I can forego accepting tips for a month until everything just goes through with cheers or subs, right? But here's the other thing too, and this is the truth. That's basically putting all your eggs in one basket, all right? And that's it's very dangerous, because I've done it before. When I was just on YouTube putting out videos and it was solely on ad revenue, that's very dangerous. Because at any moment, you guys know how this shit works, right? At any moment, something can happen that could screw you over. Oh my God, I said something accidentally. Boop, you're banned for 2 days. Oh, whoops, false DMCA claims. Boop, you're gone. And if that's the case, what do? You have no source of income because you tied your support into one source. Whether it's, like I said, cheering or subbing on Twitch, ad revenue on YouTube, etc. By diversifying your income, all right, that allows you to say if one thing goes wrong, at least you have an alternate source. That's what's happened to me those days when I couldn't stream because of false DMCA. I do a stream over on YouTube and you guys support me via tips and then I'm all right, you see? That's how it works. You have to do that. You can't just 100%, you can't rely on one source when you're a crowdfunded person, And to some extent, a lot of content creators are insulated from that. Why? Because they have the sponsorships that I talk about all the time. They have the sponsorships, they have the exclusive contracts. They're okay. Even if one source of income gets shut off, they still have income from other sources. With someone like me, who's an independent, I need to have those multiple sources. I need to have that diversification. Okay? So it's not about, oh my God, shutting down, let's not use PayPal anymore. It's more like, let's find the ways to alleviate the problems with PayPal. Let's find the workaround. That's what I'm good at, and that's what I've always done over these years. Let's find a workaround. When there's a problem, let's find a creative solution around it. Right now, it's having you guys create verified PayPal accounts. Okay? All right. There's Barton King cheered. Derek says, don't worry, the next Ask the King is in February 25th. Oh, is that when it is? I just realized live on this stream, I was like, I haven't given a single thought to Ask the King. I haven't. It completely slipped my mind this entire month.
If I could get down on my hands and knees and say thank you and still be on camera,
so it's the end of February.
All
right, fair enough. It's probably the last Thursday of February, so maybe we can plan around that then. Thank you for telling me there. Technical 2070 is to me $5. Says, you're my hero and I cannot wait for the pizza. I ordered Papa John's too. With 24 wings, let's have a hell of a day. Love you. I've never tried Papa John's wings. Then again, as I told you guys many times, I'm not really a fan of wings. I think that wings do not have enough meat on them. Well, you know what's going to happen?
Someone's going to take that out right now and contribute is by tipping me.
See what he said about wings?
Truth of the matter is, DarkDave is busting his balls. He helps to the MVP himself for providing positive content. Thumbs up.
Chicken wings.
Folded hands. Pig nose.
They don't have enough
goat.
meat on them. I think that they're just a skin and sauce. I know that's going to happen. I'm not a fan of wings. Oh my God! Did you hear what he said?
So when I laugh and I go, oh boy.
Or Universalist cheers that the tip thing sounds bad in a weird way. That's the cost of doing kind of business you do. Sometimes life is unfair. That is all 100% true. That anonymous cheers.
Oh
no,
I get illegally restreaming
I get
you.
being tired of sex
no.
jokes. You seem to get actively upset at all sexual portrayals now. You've grown. Your content has reached a lot of people who haven't. If nothing else, please don't get too mad because we're all in different points of our journey and you have made humor of that nature. That's right. Here's the thing, and I've said this before too. I don't have a problem with sexual content in a game as long as it's in character, in context to what's going on in the game, and it's not over the top. For example, if you're playing a game and there's a natural romance in the game that makes sense. Oh my God, there's two characters who've grown close in the game and now there's like, some kind of a romantic thing going on. That's perfectly fine. When I was playing Fire Emblem Three Houses, some of the characters were having these conversations and interactions where their relationships were growing and budding during the course of the game. I didn't have any problem with that at all. I thought it was cool. At the end of the game, you get to see, oh, these two got together and had a happy life together. I was very happy with that. I was like, that's cool. That's like a happy ending to a character who you've really grown with over the course of the game. The problem I have with the sexual content in games these days is that a lot of it is just shoehorned in to say it's in there. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and during a random mission, some guy asks if he wants to sleep with me. What? Where the fuck does that come from? There was no build-up, no relationship, no development. All of a sudden, hey, you want to go bang? What the fuck is that? That's like the most lazy mode stuff you could put in a game. It's so out of character. Or, you guys know my criticisms of Last of Us 2, where the sex scenes were literally incredibly immature and only showed that the characters were terrible people. You know, idiots, either morons, having sex in the middle of a fucking survival situation with monsters all around you, or cheating with a guy who has a pregnant girlfriend. It's like, wow, these are great sex scenes, right? I hated them. It actually ruined the game for me. Not just those scenes. There were many things in the writing in the game that were terrible, but some of the things that were just terribly placed just for the sake of having them in the game, and they were horrible, okay? So that's the thing. And the other thing is, as you know, I've grown and matured as a person and as a gamer. I'm married now. I have zero desire to participate in any of these romantic relationships that are present in game. I just don't have a desire to. When I was younger and single, sure, I'll do it. Not anymore. I just don't care. You know, you're not going to see me participating in that shit. And that's my choice. And I feel that people should respect my choice. Sadly, a lot of people don't. Why? Because they're immature and they feel, oh, you got to do everything in the game, even if it's sexualized. We want to see it. Well, guess what? You want to see it? Buy the game yourself and play it yourself. It's in there. When you watch my playthrough, you'll see that it's in there. I'm not going to say, oh, it doesn't exist. Of course it's in there, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not interested in it. If you are, you go do it, right? But don't hold me to your specific demands of what you think should be done in a playthrough, especially when a lot of that shit is done poorly and is just really silly and frivolous and has nothing to do with the plot. Like I said, a romantic relationship built up properly during the course of a game, that's different from, oh, here's a random sex scene we threw in here just for fucking shock value, right? That's the stuff I have issue with, and sadly, that's like the majority of stuff in video games these days, right? Pretty stupid. That's my take on it, and I feel that you should respect it. I hope that everyone does, you know? Okay. McBain has tipped me $1 and says, I need to quit playing video games and get a job. Okay. If you don't have a job and you sit around playing video games all day, that's probably a bad idea. I'm just saying, like, likely that's a really bad idea. You should probably look to seek employment, you know, being that usually it's not free to exist on this planet. Sadly, there are a lot of costs of living, you know, and especially as you become an adult and you actually have the ability to work, you probably should not have that be a burden on others. Instead, you should seek to earn employment and income. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Anyway, thank you for the tip. I have no idea what you're getting at with that tip, but I still thank you for the $1 tip. Okay, then. Salvage 2-Day just did a 750-bit cheer, which is the biggest cheer of the stream. He says, are there any advancements or upgrades you would personally like to see with VR technology moving to the next gen? You know, I really enjoyed VR technology for about 2 months. And then basically, it basically fell apart. Like, I didn't really care about the gimmick anymore. I think what it is at first you're blown away because it's something refreshing and new. And then when it becomes commonplace, you just don't care about it anymore. Much like anything, you get desensitized to the effect. And what it became was just more annoying with the fact that VR was giving me stomach aches, making me nauseous, and making my head sweat and making me feel uncomfortable, giving me neck cramps. It was just annoying to have to play a game in VR after a while. So I stopped playing it, and since Resident Evil 7, I haven't touched a game in VR, and apparently besides Half-Life Alyx, there hasn't been a single VR game that's great. Like, everyone agrees Half-Life Alyx is like the best VR game. And outside of that, no one can even tell you a game that was like worth playing on VR. So for me, VR really isn't a big deal anymore. Now, what would be a thing that would basically make VR move forward for me? I don't honestly know. You know, I'm not a game dev. What I would like to see is killer apps on VR. For example, make a first-person shooter that amazingly controls on VR. It's like it blows you away. You absolutely have to play it. And if you don't experience it, you're literally missing out on one of the best games of the year. How many times has that been said at all, besides maybe Half-Life Alyx? 0. And even with Half-Life Alyx, that game really created a big point of contention because a lot of people didn't want to drop a ton of money for a VR setup just to play the next game in the Half-Life franchise when hardcore fans of Half-Life have been waiting how long for a new Half-Life game, then you require them to have VR to play the new one. A lot of people were pissed off about that, including me, because I like the Half-Life series and I couldn't play it. I wasn't going to spend a ton of money to get a VR setup for my fucking PC. So, you know, I honestly don't know. I wish I had better answers for you, Savage 2-Day. I feel that that's actually exactly what game developers are challenged with right now. The VR technology exists. The VR technology works. But they haven't really found a way to make the VR technology accessible to the masses to a point where people would want to spend the money to get the setup to play a killer app style game. There really hasn't been one. If anything, it's, oh, this is a fun gimmick for a while, and then the gimmick wears out, and then you don't care about it anymore. Like, why did I spend all this money on the headset, right? So, I honestly don't know. I wish I had the answers. I really don't think I do. So, let's see here. Then Anonymous cheered again. He says, I seem to be upset at all portrayals of sex. I only mean the perception exists out there. I don't mean to seem like I agree with that. No, well, that's just idiots. That's people who, they want to always have something to make fun of me for, right? So in the past, it was always, wow, Phil is so immature. His playthroughs suck because he's over-sexualized, and everything that all his commentary is sex, 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 and he even during cutscenes, sex, sex, sex jokes, and we hate that about Phil. He'll never mature, he'll never change and become better, right? So then, when I became a full-time streamer, I reassessed what I was doing, and I decided that over a course of time, I was going to phase that content out. I did. And now, oh, Phil's a prude. See? Phil's this, Phil's that. You can't have it both ways, but that's how they want it. It's no matter what I do, it's never good enough for these people who are my critics. Because in reality, they're not my critics. They're people who just want to say no matter what I do isn't good enough. So it doesn't matter if I make the jokes or I don't make the jokes. Either way, they spin it to be some kind of weird conspiracy theory. Oh, it's because he's married now. His wife yells at him behind the scenes about... No, it's because I've actively chosen not to do that in my content anymore. I thought it was tired. I was tired of doing it. I wasn't enjoying doing that kind of commentary anymore. I enjoy the more nice, natural gameplay that we have. And by the way, let me tell you this, and this is very truthful. All right? I feel awkward when I'm sitting in front of an audience of hundreds of people from around the world and there's sexual content going on. Right? For me, sexual content is something to be enjoyed in private, whether it's with your significant other or whatever you choose. That's not something to be live fucking streamed all around the fucking world, right? The one time it happened to me that happened, it was very embarrassing. And it wasn't intentional, right? It's not meant to be shared. You understand that. That's why that was such a big controversial and embarrassing thing in 2016 for me. So when this stuff happens in games, no, I actively don't want to share sexual content with people. That's embarrassing. It's uncomfortable. It's disturbing. Yeah, if you're playing the game by yourself in your own room, okay, fine. Now when you're live fucking streaming it, that's different, right? It's a completely different experience. You guys understand that, right? That it's kind of unfortunate. Think about this. You're watching a movie, all right? It's a rated R movie. You're really enjoying the movie. And it has sexual content in it. Big deal. Now imagine the sexual content comes on the screen and your entire family is now sitting in the room with you. Your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, even your younger cousins, and we're all going to watch the sex scene together. What? No. You feel incredibly uncomfortable. Right? What is this? This is, this is not the intended viewing audience. Right? It's creepy. It's weird. It makes you feel fucking weird, right? Like, so now imagine you're with an audience of people all over the world watching this together. Like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to do this. I don't want to experience this. This is, if people want to experience that at their own, at home, fine. Not on my stream. That's my attitude towards it. If you don't understand that, I don't know how you couldn't. Like, that's fucking embarrassing shit that a lot of these companies try to wedge in sex scenes into their games that are completely stupid. All right? So that's, to me, yeah, it's uncomfortable. It does. It frustrates me because I'm trying to put out a fun gameplay stream. I'm not trying to broadcast sexual content across the globe, and some games force you to do that shit, That's annoying. But the point here is, people like to make fun of me for that like it's something weird. It's not. That's something completely understandable and natural that someone would be uncomfortable when they're trying to put on a business, and here's this shit that's forced into a game, and I gotta broadcast it, right? I don't want to. But that's just the situation, one of the things of me doing what I do for a living, right? I could do my best to try to negate it or try to minimize it by not participating in some of the uncomfortable and very silly over-the-top sexual stuff in games, but that's just what I have to do, right? So, and there you go. Now then they make fun of me for being a hypocrite. So it's like, if I do, in the years, like I said, that I completely embraced that shit and made jokes about it constantly, it was over the top, that's too strong. Too much, Phil. Okay, so now I'll say, okay, we don't want that on my streams. Nope. Now you're a prude. No, fuck you. How about this? Fuck you. I don't care. I'll be me. I'm happy with the content I put out today. And if you don't like it, tough shit. I don't give a fuck. Don't watch it. That's all I have to say. You're wasting my time. Now, seriously, because you can't have it one way, then the other way. You know what I mean? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of trying to dance in front of people and try to appease every single person out there. Like they say, you can only please all of the people some of the time. You can please some of the people all the time, but you can't please everyone all the time. And those people who are constantly complaining no matter what, I will never please them, so why the fuck do I care about them? And the answer is, I don't. I don't give two fucks about them. Retro Jim Cheers, he says, people don't let go of the waifu thing because you had your start with such radical sexualized humor. It could be, but that was 12 years ago. You're talking stuff that I did from 2008 to like 2014, 2015. And then you'll notice around 2015 into 2016, and then of course when I became a full-time streamer, that's when I really instituted changes. Guys, you got to realize something, all right? I don't know if you will, because I've been such a long-time content creator. It's been now 4 years that I've been a full-time streamer. 4 years. This wasn't something that I just changed yesterday. 4 whole years. That's 1/3 of the time I was a content creator. I've been a full-time streamer, and I started making these changes. You got to get used to it. You know what it is? It's because people won't let go of the past. Just like they won't let go of John Rambo being a part of my content. Man, I really missed it. John Rambo hasn't been a part of my content since 2014. That's, what, fucking 7 years of my 12 years as a content creator. More than half of the time, I haven't done anything with Rambo, but people won't let go that I used to do stuff with Rambo. It's time to move on. The past is the past, all right? If you want to watch that old content, you can. It all exists. That's why I archived it all on YouTube. But if you don't like the new content, don't sit on it and crap on it constantly because it's different or it matured or changed over time. It ain't going to change back, all right? You're barking up the wrong tree. All right, let's see here. Actually, that's incredibly mature, Noxyena 2. I don't want to see a breastfeeding scene in a video game. You know? Just like I don't want to see a breastfeeding in real life either. I have no desire to see a woman breastfeeding a child. At all. Zero. I don't care about that. I don't want to see it in a video game that's supposed to be a horror video game. Right? What the fuck did that have to do with it? Nothing. Zero. It was a completely out of context scene meant for shock value. That's exactly what it was. It had nothing to do with the fucking game. Nothing. It had nothing to do with the survival horror of the game. It was thrown in there for shock value. That's why I had a problem with the scene. If you don't get that, I don't know what to tell you. You're an idiot. Cashmere Goat cheered and said, you aren't our parents? That's correct. I'm not. However, as a content creator and a live streamer, I'm supposed to be expected to have an air of professionalism. This is my job as well as my hobby. Therefore, I'm supposed to be putting out professional level content, right? Sorry, I don't see completely ridiculous, immature sexual content as professional level content. And by the way, neither does anyone else. Any business will tell you, you know, it's okay if it's in a game as a natural part of the game, but they would prefer if you don't focus on it. So, yeah, it's not just me. Cashmere Goat says you're like our cool big brother. It's different. Well, there you go. As your cool big brother, if that's the case, no, I want to bombard you with immature sexual content all day. That's stupid to me. Okay? That's something for in private people want to experience. That's fine. But you don't force it on a public stream. That's completely inappropriate in my opinion. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do some shout outs. For those who are the top cheerers. All right. Thank you to those who have cheered so far this week to support me. In 10th place, we've got...
Stop your yelling, you used to be so calm. You were my number one, but now you're just no fun. I showed you my hand and you played it repeatedly. Oh, and now it's time to go back into me. Oh, I should've known from the start that I was on something. Oh, I should've known right from the start that it would end in nothing. Oh,
translate this into something that makes sense for as my perspective as a streamer. Okay? All right? I have absolutely no problem if anyone out there likes the whole waifu culture. Go for it. But that's your own private thing, right? Like, you like that thing. Oh, I like to fantasize about virtual women, obsess about virtual women. I call them my waifu or whatever. Who cares? Go for it. If that's what you get enjoyment from, I'm one of those people, I'm like, listen, everyone deserves to be happy in life. I'm serious. Like, that's why I don't have any bigoted thoughts or prejudiced thoughts in my head. Everyone out there deserves to be. No! Not him! Ah! I love Hulk Hogan's dick.
I'm not here to tip. I'm not here to get shout-outs. It's just me and my gang. AEG. Almighty Egg Gang, what up? Yeah, I got my bits on me. I ain't trying to tip right now. And if a mob band me, I got a sock right now. Yo, if you was leaving on site, if I turn on the stream right now, on a string. Me and Egg Gang, we ballin'. Y'all free throwing right now. Gang. Yeah, I got my bits on me. I ain't trying to tip right now. And if a mob band me, I got a sock right now. On a sock. Yo, if you was leaving on site, if I turn on the stream right now. Me and Egg Gang, we ballin'. Y'all free throwing right now. I'll talk tips. I don't know what y'all cheering about. Matter of fact, as we stream, I'm counting tips right now. If a nigga play with my channel, he can get banned right now. Till you know trolling, so you know I got my motherfucking mods right now. Mods. Yo, viewers all on my dick like they tryna sub right now. Said they go give some subs, but said I couldn't go and clock out. You need to get out. They sent me tips on it all cause you was checking on their account. While you was getting no subs, I was checking on my mouth. Just count the Egg Gang, bitch. You know we got clout. I go crazy with the trolling till they learn ban all my niggas. Pulling up on streams to see what they about. What? It's follower only mode, so I had to change my route out. I got 17 socks with accounts right now. And 500 bits from ads right now. All bits from ads. I got whispers all on my main account. How you doing? Tech people know I'm safe, even when I'm not around. Let's get it. Yeah, I got my bits on me. I ain't trying to tip right now. And if a mob band me, I got a sock right now. Yo, if you was leaving on site, if I turn on the stream right now, on a string. Me and Egg Gang, we ballin'. Y'all free throwing right now. Gang. Yeah, I got my bits on me. I ain't trying to tip right now. And if a mob band me, I got a sock right now.
What do I do?
Yo, if you was leaving on site, if I turn on the stream right now, me and
miserable. Just miserable.
What do I do?
Looks like someone had too much chili at Wendy's.
Fucked up, biased mentality, okay? The world needs variety. Without variety, everything would be the same. If everything were the same, it would be boring, okay? No one should be forcing their belief systems down someone else's throat. It's okay to educate people that there's other belief systems out there and you should be aware of them, but no one should be forced to think one way or do one thing, all right? No, absolutely not. And again, this is something that I've learned over time. Over the last 12 plus years I've been a content creator, I've definitely changed as a person. I used to be a very, very mean-spirited, kind of very biased, very, very stubborn person. If you don't believe what I believe, my way or the highway, right? Today is very different. I mean, there's people who 1,000,000% disagreed with me about my thoughts about The Last of Us 2 last year. Am I in a contentious hate with those people and now I can't talk to them anymore? No, it's the opposite. You agree to disagree, you listen to another person's perspective, you understand it, you say, okay, you liked it, I didn't, that's fine, we can all move on, right? The reason I'm bringing this up is in regards to these things people talk about on my streams, waifus and sexual content. Listen, if you like that stuff, that's okay. It's fine to like it. It's perfectly fine. I don't have to like it, but you can. But then don't come to my content, my streams, where I do what I like and try to force stuff that I don't like down my throat. It's exactly the same as everything else I just mentioned. To say, oh, well, you gotta like this because I like it. No, I don't. And I don't have to do it. Or else, if this is the thing. If I'm playing a game and there's an optional thing in a game, I don't have to do it. And that's my personal preference if I want to do it or not. You have the right to say, well, I would like you to do that. And if I don't do it, you have the right to say, well, I'm a little upset Phil didn't do it. But to sit here on a stream and say, do it, you didn't do it. See, you're afraid, you're a prude, you did. No, that's bigotry. That's hate. That's being completely unfair and immature. That shows that you have a fucked up mindset. And you need to look in the mirror and say, why am I like this? Why am I forcing my own personal desires and beliefs on other people who don't want to do those things? Why? That's the worst mentality you can go through life having. Because you end up only having this very narrow tunnel vision kind of a deal with everything you do. Okay? And people need to stop with that. They do. They need to start having a more open mind and start realizing that life is not black and white. This is what it all comes down to, and I talk about this on streams all the time. Life isn't black and white. There's many different shades of gray out there, and there's many different ways to go through life and have a happy life, and everyone has a right to have that happy life per
I don't
their
want any
own
drama in the
belief
stream
system.
chat.
Not, oh, I like this. If you don't like it, you're wrong. No. That's the fucked up mentality. That's a terrible way to go through life. That's going to shut you down from having open-minded experiences and to even know. If I hadn't been open-minded, I wouldn't have experienced a quarter of the stuff that I have in life. Different game genres, different cultures, foods, movies, music, all these things. Like, I only like this one thing. Well, then, what do? I like peanut butter and jelly. All I do is eat peanut butter and jelly every day, all day for the rest of my life. Oh, well, look, here's I have this new sandwich that you'd like to. Oh, fuck it, peanut butter and jelly. What are you, stupid? No, you want to try new stuff. But at the same time, if there really is someone who says, I only want to eat peanut butter and jelly, it's not your right to say, well, you're how dare you, I'll force you to not eat it. No, that's the person's choice. Everyone has the freedom of choice, right? To like or what they like or dislike, and you shouldn't be bigoted against them. It goes both ways, So, again, in reference to my streams, okay, I'm a professional. I put out
If I could get down on my hands and knees and say thank you and still be on camera,
my hobby.
I would do it.
If I choose to put out a certain kind of content, you should respect that. If you don't like that content, that's fine. You can criticize it, but then move on. Don't sit here and constantly crap on the content and say, I don't like it. Phil doesn't do the waifu mission.
So if you're going to be an asshole, you're going to be treated like an asshole.
That's terrible. I don't like this content. Then leave. Don't sit here and constantly just say it's bad, it's bad. There's tons of people who'll do that. You can go watch them. Don't crap on someone just because they don't do what you like. Because you know what it is? Those people who can't move on, those are people who are messed up in the head because they feel what they like is the only thing that's right. And that's the worst mentality, the most immature, again, black and white mature mentality you can have. So they have to try to enforce that on everyone else. Well, tough shit. You're never going to get it out of me. You could sit here, you can hate on me, you can shit on me. I'm still not going to do it. All you're going to do at the end of the day is be just as upset at the beginning because nothing changed and you just look stupid for wasting your time. Okay? So, That's all I have to say about that, you know? I'm not going to change. This is who I've become as a content creator over the years. I feel that I've changed to become someone who puts out a certain kind of content that's more chill and relaxed, even though there's rage during certain things that I do, like Street Fighter or Call of Duty, or hell, any Dark Souls playthrough, anything that's tough like that. Oh my god, racing games, right? There's always going to be rage as a factor. But I've definitely relaxed. I've become way more mature. I don't do that kind of stupid, immature sexual stuff anymore on purpose. All right? And if you don't respect that, you don't have to, but you also don't have to be here. You are not privileged or entitled that you have to be on every stream, and every stream has to be what you want. So if you don't like it, you can go do something else. You have no right to sit here and enforce your belief system on me. You just don't. Sorry. This is not your business, it's mine. There's plenty of other places you could go do that stupid shit. Go ahead. I personally don't think I want to do it, so leave me alone. And if you can't deal with that, that's your problem, not mine. It's that simple. Okay? All right, let's continue on. Let's see here. Arch Tekken said, in order to see how the content grew over the years, can you private videos that have been sexualized in nature or make a second channel on YouTube for that? You mean like go back to the old stuff and private the videos? No, I've said this many times and I'll say it again. All right? The past is the past and history is history. To deny your past or your history means two things. Number one, you're embarrassed of it and you don't want to admit that it happened, which is stupid. You know, we all admit that as humans, we are evolving creatures constantly and we can move on and mature and become better over time. And number two, those who deny their history and their past are doomed to repeat themselves and make the same mistakes, right? So no, I'm not going to go back and private all that shit. Of course not. It happened. I'm not going to sit there and lie and create some kind of a whiteout campaign. Bleach Japan. White out the fact that this stuff exists. No, it existed. I'm just not like that anymore. And you could definitely see that. You watch today's content versus back then, you'll see a distinct difference, right? But you need to have that. You need to have that direct comparison in place. You wouldn't even know there's a difference then, right? I'm not going to hide my past. That's ridiculous. Let's see here. I'm playing a woodwind instrument. Liza Japanese. Again, I know you're making jokes. I'm not even going to read that. Like, he's basically saying all this stuff about having a bunch of waifus, but no wife and stuff in real life. Listen. And again, I'm not one to criticize someone's lifestyle. You know, I'm not going to sit here. Here's what I can tell you. All I can tell you is from my own personal experience. Here's what I can tell you. My life now, as a married man, happily married, right, is the best life I've ever had in my entire life. Every day, I get to spend time with my best friend and my significant other. I also get to hang out on stream and have a good day with you guys on stream. Like, the one part of my day I hate is paying bills, doing taxes, that kind of shit. Outside of that, the rest of my life is good. Seriously, like, I mean that. Like, everything is good. I don't even have, like, time that I'm bored. There's nothing to do. I always have something interesting and fun to do in my life now. All right? And that's awesome. That is amazingly awesome to say that. I'm in the best point of my life right now. All right? Now, maybe other people, that's not the case. Maybe there are people out there who aren't happily married and they think, oh, having virtual wives or whatever, you know, is better. Listen. That's your own personal situation. I'm not here to sit here and criticize you. What I can tell you is I'm at the best point in my life right now. Okay? So I don't need to play a game and have the waifu culture and all that completely separated from anything I ever want to do. All right? That simple. Jay Breezy cheers that people can love what they want, but nature says differently. I don't know. You can argue that with people, till, you know, as long as you want. That's not what my stream is going to be to arguing. Benzuko Lives has resub for 3 months. Thank you very much, Benzuko Lives. I appreciate that. Ninstar Rune Trader said, why are people who are into waifu culture not allowed to be criticized, but people who are into camgirl culture are ridiculed? Oh, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Again, you're talking about stuff that I have no real knowledge of or any affiliation with or anything about. I couldn't. You're right. I guess in some extent, people who do that camgirl shit, everyone makes fun of them. They call it, you know, they insult them. They have insulting names for them and everything. But then all of a sudden, if the waifu culture, you know, anime-ish girls or whatever, that's okay and accepted. I don't know. That's human nature, Some things are somehow accepted and others aren't. And I couldn't tell you how we got there because I'm not a part of either one. All right? That Anonymous Cheery said, you're welcome. Glad I could be a piece of the puzzle that's your best life. Yeah, dude. And seriously, like, again, to everyone who's on my streams and who's a regular and who hangs out with me and allows me to do what I love, thank you. You guys are the reason how I got here. It was a hell of a ride to get here. Oh, my God. 12 plus years and ups and downs and all arounds and all kinds of drama and all kinds of stupid bullshit. But the truth of the matter is today, like I said, my life is the best it's ever been. And the funny part about that is when you look at the people who like to call me a lolcow and they like to make fun of me and they're constantly trying to bring me down, you'll notice that basically they have to stretch so hard now because things have finally settled in for me. They have, like, out of all the trials and tribulations and the crazy drama shit that's happened to me, things have finally settled in. And it's not, there's really nothing crazy going on anymore in my life. It's very calm. It's very good. You know what I mean? And they now have to stretch to make up a conspiracy theory here and something there. They're really grasping at straws when they try to make shit up about me these days. You know, they're still rolling with shit that's over a year old because they can't come up with anything better. Because, you know what I mean? They just can't do anything good anymore because there's no drama to really focus on. There's no drama on my streams. I don't get in trouble with Twitch or YouTube anymore. You know what I mean? Like, now, people who actually are committing crimes against me, who anyone would say, yeah, that's dramatic, that's fucked up. That's like the drama around me now. It's like, yeah, that's not even me. I didn't do that. Someone's legitimately stealing credit card numbers and giving me false tips, and it's fucked up. And by the way, that same person is also affecting them. That same person is striking them down falsely on their YouTube channels and shit. So they know that it's real. You know, they know that this shit is a major problem. It's not just me affected by it. But, you know, there's really nothing going on anymore. That's good, right? That's good that people, basically, the nonsense has ended. And now we're at, actually, in my opinion, one of the best times of my content creation career, of my life. Everything is solidifying and becoming good. Is it completely solid? Fuck no. We still got tougher times right now, like I told you, with this whole tip situation and everything. You know, you get times that are a little bit rockier and a little bit more uncertain, but you get through them, and it's nothing like it used to be where, oh my God, the sky is falling, and YouTube fell apart, and now I can't pay my bills anymore and shit like that. Or, oh my God, you know, I got swatted. Or, oh my God, this is happening, that is happening. All that shit's pretty much done with, and that's a good thing. That's really a good thing, okay? So, thank you for that ongoing support, for allowing me to get through all that tough times and that crap and to come to a nice... Today's going to be a nice, chill stream day. Today's going to be a day we're going to relax and have a good time together, go down memory lane, a fun DSP tries. All that stuff's going to be good. It's going to be a good day today, you know? Ninstar Ruin Cheese, do you think people should be watching you more actively, or is it okay to listen to you as background noise? But it's fine. People have always listened to my videos as background noise. I'm well aware of that. On YouTube, they would play the playlist, they'd play it, and be listening to the playthrough while they're doing other shit in their house. I think that's one of the major ways that people actually digest content creator stuff. I really feel that. Not everyone's going to be sitting there actively watching every moment, right? Cashmere Goat Cheese, when are we starting? We can start right now. In fact, I have to take a piss quick, and then we can start. So let's do that. Let's end the pre-stream. I'm going to go take a piss. All I got to do is move the microphone over to the PC setup, and we got about an hour and a half where we can do retrospective stuff, and then the pizza's supposed to arrive, and we can do the live DSP tries out, and we can go from there. Okay? Sounds good? All right. Nakshina 2, thanks for the cheer. You have to understand something. The reason that you would think that my reaction to that stuff is over the top is because of your own subjective take, because of the way that you react to it. But you have to be self-aware to understand that, and it's obvious you're not. So you might as well just stop talking about it, because every single time that you cheer and you talk about this, you make yourself look more stupid. I'm just saying. You actually are making yourself look worse and more stupid and immature every single time you bring it up, because you can't understand.
If you're going to be an asshole, you're going to be treated like an asshole.
Sorry.
You're going to be shown the door.
All right. Let's do it. I'll be right back, guys. Let's just take a very brief break. I'll be right back. I just got to move the mic over here, and then we can get started, okay? All right. Very nice. am I toxic? Larger for this, since obviously we are, what the fuck? What the? That is not what I have selected. What? Why is it showing that? That is not what I selected. It changed what I had selected.
What do I do?
I never even did that. OBS did that by itself. You know what happened when OBS must have crashed? When OBS must have crashed, it must have changed my settings for what I had captured. Thank God that I took a look there. But, all right, now it seems to be working. Because here we got a window over here where we're going to be watching videos back. That's weird. All right, it's good to go.
The Ziggy Piggy's back!
Right. So, let's see here. We open up my window here of stuff that we can watch back. Let's start recording, first of all. So, Sparring King just chooses that Derek says he's wanted to know what sparked your idea doing retrospective marathon events since I did my first one in September 2018. Well, hold on. Let me start recording, and we'll talk about that. Okay? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome to the special retrospective event for February 2021. Today's February 6, 2021. And I'm Darkside Phil, and I welcome everyone here, whether you're here live on stream or you're actually watching on demand on YouTube, whatever it may be. I appreciate
YouTube mode on
and hanging out with me. I'm actually just plugging in my headphones here as we get ready. What we're going to be doing today is going down memory lane. All right, we're going to be having fun. We're going to be watching things that you guys nominated over my 12 years of Twitch and YouTube history. Some are video game playthroughs, some is vlogs, other kinds of stuff. Good variety of stuff. A lot of the stuff I've never watched back because I'm such a prolific content creator. I don't have a lot of time to go back and watch my stuff. Every day I'm here either streaming or, on YouTube when it used to be, making new videos constantly. I really don't have time to go back and watch my old stuff a lot of the time. So since I started doing these retrospectives over the last 2 years or so, they've been pretty eye-opening. Some of the stuff I used to do and say, reacting to some of the old content that I used to make is very interesting. By the way, you may notice behind me, there it is. There's the wall hangers in the vest. See that behind me there? That's where I've been hanging my vest for quite some time. But you guys have never seen that because I haven't done a retrospective since last summer. It's been that long. So it's been 8 to 9 months since I last did a retrospective like this. Okay? It should be a lot of fun. There's going to be a live DSP tries it during this as well. It's going to be a good time. All right? Before we get started, a couple things. Sir Spartan King cheered on behalf of Derek, and Derek had asked what gave me the idea to start these retrospective marathons. Just like much of the stuff that I do, I think that it was a combination of stuff that I was looking to do as rewards for viewers, contributing, and people came up kind of helped me come up with the idea. People were wondering, would I ever go back and watch my old stuff? Because remember, they used to do these react video. Oh, I react to this, react to that. And people were like, well, would you ever go back to react to your old content? And I was like, that might be a good idea because I never go back and watch my stuff. Out of all the content creators out there, I'm one of the few who I probably never have gone back and watched my old stuff ever. I just don't have time. So, that being said, that's why these are fun events. And that's why I allow you guys to nominate stuff because I make so much, I don't remember what's good or what's important. So, we're going to start in just a moment here. Yoshino Lover also cheered and he said, hey man, excited for the retrospective. Me too. Welcome, Yoshino Lover. Thank you very much for being here today. Let's see here. Retro Jim cheered. He says, a lot of questions seem to be attributed to Derek. Yeah, hey, I don't know what to tell you, Retro Jim. All right, let's get started here. So first of all, good variety of stuff. I want to say thank you to everyone who did contribute suggestions. All right, now, what we're going to do, we're not necessarily just going to do the suggestions from the forums. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. I'm going to be taking suggestions from you guys live on the stream. All right, now you guys already know the criteria of stuff we can and can't do. Certain things from my past are off limits because I've moved on from those things. Other things, for example, anything that has copyrighted music in it, I can't do because I could get shut down here on Twitch or on YouTube for doing that. Then sadly, I hate to say it, that pretty much exempts almost every single old school Grand Theft Auto playthrough I did because all those had the music in it, and now people could get shut down just for having licensed music on a stream. As stupid as that sounds, okay? So sadly, a lot of things, do get eliminated, and there's not much you can do about it. Okay? Now, the first thing I want to do, this is a really old school one. Okay? This one is from way back in the day. And I'm not going to play it yet. I'm going to pause it to explain because I have to get to like a certain Had to get to a certain timestamp on this one. Okay. Way back in the day, May 23rd, 2011. This is my original Witcher 2 playthrough. Witcher 2, not Witcher 3, Witcher 2. This was back when I actually was able to play games on PC, because I was using a camera. I actually was not using direct capture at all. I had a camera pointed at my television, so I had my high-end gaming PC basically running games for me, and my camera would capture it. Not the best setup. In fact, you know, take a look. Take a look at this text here and how bad it looks, right? Like, look, you can see like there's like a shadow on the text and shit. And that's because this camera would have a lot of lighting issues. Where if you had white text, it wouldn't look good at all. It would actually look like really bad. And have this like shadow to it. But some things looked alright. Anyway. This is basically, let me give you some context because you probably won't understand this. I had been playing The Witcher 2 for about like 2-3 sessions. Back then my sessions were much shorter, you know. It was, you know, so each video was like maybe 10-15 minutes. And so if this is part 17 of the playthrough, which it is, that means maybe I played it for like, you know, 3 hours, right? Something like that, roughly. So we're still basically just getting out of the intro segment, okay? And a lot of people had shat all over me on YouTube. They said the playthrough was terrible. They said that, how dare you criticize Witcher 2? It's an amazing game from CD Projekt Red. It's funny how things change, all right? Because 10 years ago, when I was playing Witcher 2, CD Projekt Red was held in insanely high regard by a huge group of fans, and I hate to say it, fanboys. They could do no wrong. No matter what, they were in the right. Every game they made was flawless. They could never improve upon anything. That's how people actually saw them back then. Is they